So
Okay.
we will be discussing like two things in this session. Number one is a technical analysis, as we do always, and the other thing will be like we will be discussing upon one of the educational side, and I will come to that educational aspect in a moment. First, I wanted to discuss with you the TSX index. How is it behaving? And we can see like in the past days there are few jumps, few reds and few greens. It's moving like it's shaky. Sometimes it's giving you a green day sometime, but like most of the time the last week it was a you can say over the last 2 weeks it was a red day. So let's see how it is behaving and what the support and resistances the index is facing. So if you draw a line here, make it red to be at a resistance line more. Yeah. So you can see that index is facing a resistance at the level of 16,000 approximately. Approximately it is 16,000. So at 16,000 level the index is facing a strong resistance. It is not able to break this level, and mind it, this was the gap actually it was created when the index started falling down during corona. So it's starting falling down here, then it moved up and it has actually filled the gap. As I always say, whenever there is a gap by the index or by the stock, it will always refill that. So now by moving to the 16,000 level, it has already filled this gap, and then it started its downward journey. So downward journey, if you draw a support level at the downside, so you can see a support coming in at this level. To make it blue, a different color. So you can see index is facing, let me increase the size. So index is facing a support at the level of 14,800. So this is the support level. So you see, when it touched 16,000, it fall drastically down. I think this was the Monday, the bad Monday, which we all face 500 points down. So it drastically down by this much, and then retraced a little bit, green, red, and red. Support seems that index is like this is the immediate support, which is a weaker one. Index is finding a support at this level, trying to find a support actually at this level, and then ultimately the strong support is at 14,800 level. So if everything goes well in the coming week, index can touch upon again the level of 15,800 to 16,000. But with the oil prices being shaky these days, let's see how it moves. But economy is opening gradually, so if there is a positive trigger in the market, definitely it will touch the level of 15,800. Currently it is standing at the level of 15,480 as per the last session. It was a red closing session, last session on 19th. So on Monday, if we expect the market, or if there over the weekend there are some good news, so we may expect it going back again to the level of 15,800, 15,900, and then ultimately to 16,000, which is a little far in this time, but still we can see a hope. On the downside, the resistance will be at support will be a 14,800 level. From 14,900, you can say 15,000 and below. 15,000, if it reaches a 15,000 level, you can see there was a wick also here at 15,000 level, almost, and then it moved up. So this is how the index is moving. And one other thing that I would like to share with you here, and that's also an educational part. As I said, I will be discussing some educational aspect too. So we will be discussing a new thing here, which is Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement, let me draw it first. So, and then you can discuss on the results, that what it says and how to use it, when to use it, and how to interpret this Fib ratio. Fibonacci, we call it Fib retracement or Fibonacci retracement. Okay, so we take on the chart, we take a lowest point, which is this level, and we connect it to the highest point, which is this level. Starting from the lowest point here and connecting it to the highest. Okay, we connect it, and then we go to settings here. In the settings, we click on percentage. Okay, We click on percentage, and these are the trend lines. It shows the different colors. At 23.6%, 38%, we'll get a line, 50% we'll get a line, and at 100% we'll get a line. We don't need this beyond the 100%. So we will uncheck this, uncheck this, uncheck this, and you can increase this, the width of the line. So better to keep it here. Otherwise, it will too many lines there. So we click it, okay. Okay, extended lines. If you don't want extend, if you want extended lines, preferably you will click on extended lines and the person, and then click OK. So I will remove this support line for the time being to avoid confusion with the fib lines. Oh, it disappeared. The fib ratio. I will apply it quickly here again. Fib retracement from the lowest point to the highest point here, and click settings, percentage extended lines are above 1, you will uncheck. Okay, so how it works, like fib ratio, what it says, like this is starting point is always 0%, and the highest point is always 100%. Okay, and this is always in a trend, and if there is no trend, for example, uh, from here to here I can see there is a trend, but if I draw a line from this point to this point, there is no trend. So there has to be some downward or upward trend. Obviously in the horizontal direction there is no trend, so you cannot apply this. For this to have, you need to have a lower side and the upper side. After this has been done, then we have like 78%, 61% retracement. We call it retracement levels. 50% retracement level, 38% level, 23%, and the 0. So idea behind this fib ratio is that after move that this line will read that this move or this wave which is coming from this level to this level, this wave will retrace a predictable portion of the move before it starts going in its original direction. Yeah, someone is saying something. What I'm saying is like this wave will retrace a predictable portion of its move before it starts going back in its original direction. The original direction was top to bottom. So it has already retraced at the current level. It has retraced 61%. It has retraced 61% of its original move, and then it may start going back in its original direction. And why we use this, and we use this to draw support and resistance line. Guys who are facing difficulty in having to draw the support line and the resistance line can use the fib retracement as well. But the importance of drawing it manually remains most important. So we need to focus on the drawing it manually as well. But as a tool, we have this option available. We can use this fib retracement tool in order to draw the support line and in order to draw the resistance line. So what is fib retracement? Fib retracement actually is based on the idea that the wave will retrace a certain portion. The portion can be 60%, 50%, 38%, and 23%, or even maybe 100%. The wave will retrace a certain portion before it starts going back in its original move. Original move was this top to bottom. So it can start going back to its original move.
I thought I did well today.
Sorry?
I was delivering what I wanted to deliver.
So, okay. So we can use this as a retracement level.
The question
so here,
again.
Sorry, someone is saying something. I think someone has to put on mute. Rona. Okay.
Hi Tahir, this is Aditya. I've got a question.
Yeah.
Regarding this. So when you say from 0 it went to 61 or 50 or whatever it is, so what you mean is, so in this particular scenario, it has gone up to 61 something and now it is retracing down.
No, it's not retracing down. It is at the 61%. We can say, but this is a small portion, but this considered as a support, 61.8%. See this green line? Okay. This is considered as a support. So it has taken index has taken a support at a level of 61%. We can say that when we had a fall in index from 17,900 points to 11,000, market came down till 11,000. So market has actually recovered 61% of its fall. That's what
Okay.
it says. And currently we are at 61%. And to be at precise, this was the closing. This was 61.9%. You can say. Frankly, it's 61.8% because the closing is down, not this side. This is not the closing. This is the closing. It is a red candle. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
one question I
Yeah.
have is, sorry. So like, what is it? What will this Fibonacci help us determine? Like, wherein you said like it's gone down from 100 to 0 and then it's gone up to 61. Like,
Mhm.
what will help us
Support and
determine that?
resistance. It helps us to determine support and resistance. Now,
Okay.
if we say the next level, the next support level will be at this point. This is this is another point. So, and ultimately support level will be at 78%. Resistance level will be at 78%. So index may face a ultimate resistance at this level, and the below side will be at a 50% of the retracement. As we draw our support lines in the beginning as well at this level, and this is also a support level. So it is telling you where can be the support and resistance level. This is a tool for support and resistance, and one of the, like, it is an important tool to, while you draw your own support and resistances. This is also one of the important thing that can help you. Okay.
Okay. So sorry, one more question.
Yeah.
Because just trying to understand this.
Mhm.
So when you say there's 23% and 38, so these
Mhm.
are also different support and resistance levels, is what you mean, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
These are the support and resistance levels, and these are based on Fib ratios. Fib ratio are calculated mathematically, and
Okay.
based on these ratios, the system automatically draws these lines, and these are this is named, the Fib retracement is named after Fibonacci sequence. So Fibonacci sequence is where from it Fib retracement gets its name from, and then we have Fib ratios. Fib ratios, we use Fib ratios to calculate these percentages, and but you don't need to calculate it mathematically. The system automatically calculates it for you, and you just need to use this in order to determine your support level and your resistance level.
Okay. So
It-
which
Mhm,
ideally means that, as you mentioned, so
mhm,
okay, the next resistance would be at 16,475, and in terms of support,
mhm.
it might come down to say either 50% or 38.2%.
50%, 38 is too far, but
Okay, 50%.
50%, yeah, is the downside of the index. 50%,
Oh, okay,
and
so it will be
currently
the
is at
next one.
61%. So you can say it like it is in the middle, like 50%. These between this is 61%, and downside is 11. It's not actually in the middle. We have an index here. We have a next resistance at 78, which is like almost 17%. So downside is 11% and upside is 17%. So what it says, like, if we have some positive news coming in the market, like I saw a news related to Air Canada, and not the Air Canada, the airports on the whole. The airports are about to open in the coming weeks, and some entertainment things like entertainment industry is also about to open from 1st July. Maybe we can see some positive news coming in. If the positive news comes in, the importance of these above lines will become more significant, and then we can expect the index to go above. So it's always very important to keep an eye on the index. Index today is like in this week how it performed.
Okay.
In this week, the index, if we see the index on a weekly basis, we can see something here. So last week was a red week, and now we have actually recovered a little bit from the previous week, which we have lost. So this week was a good week here, which was 15,800 level. I think the highest after this corona impact, 15,889, roughly 15,900. And then the next week we saw a huge selling in the market, and the index fell down to 15,200, and in this week it has recovered a little. So hope so in the next week it covers the remaining portion as well. We have seen the upside rejection at 15,700 level. So if I draw a trend line here, how it is going on a weekly basis, better to draw it from here to get better results. No, it doesn't seem to be very stronger one, because we have like 2 points only on this trend. So you can see if it takes support or if it it moves along this resistance line, so we can see gradually it will move up, and that's what the market is hoping these days. The only thing is that like the oil has already reached its $40 level, and $40 per barrel. Last time when it reached, it fell down. It has a strong resistance at this level. If in the coming week, if in coming week it breaks this level or actually sustains this level, so we might not face a downward trend. Otherwise, all the oil industries, all the oil stocks and the energy stocks will be under pressure in the coming week because of the crude oil prices. So, but the last session was a positive one. It closed as green, I think 1.5% up from the previous day, and 39.7 or 39.45, I guess it closed. So it was a good closing for the week, but in the coming week, keep an eye on the oil. If oil goes up, so we will have a positive market in the coming week. If there is some problem in the oil, then we will see a pressure in oil sector. I hope this is like a brief introduction of the index. We didn't discuss this in our previous session, so I thought to let's have some introduction on the index, how to gauge the index, how to identify the investors' confidence, and see how the market might behave in the coming days. Any question, guys? Hello.
I think we are good.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we can move forward with the discussion of the other stocks. So which stock you want to discuss?
Maybe Canadian Tire.
Canadian Tire. What is the symbol? Canadian.
CTC.
CTCA with small a. Okay.
The first one.
Yeah. Canadian Tire. Let's go in the daily chart. Canadian Tire. Let me go and check it here. I guess on this chart, I have Canadian Tire before. This one. Yeah. So Canadian Tire is moving in one direction in the channel. You can see this, it was a breakout from this channel, and then again it's back in the same channel. I'll remove these lines. Okay. So this Canadian Tire is moving in this one particular channel with a small breakout for few sessions, and then again back to its channel. So it will face a resistance at this level. It has actually filled the gap before it has created this gap. The small gap has already been filled. So this is the resistance at 127. Currently it is standing at 119. So there is upside potential from 119 to 127. It can hit this 127 level, and the support level is, you can see an immediate support at the level of 116. This will be the immediate support of Canadian Tire, and ultimately it can fall down till, if it goes down, it will not come straight down like this. It will come, here, then care candle, and this way. So here it will also, about to, hit this trend line as well. So this will be considered as a support at 116.5, and the upside is 127. So you can take a position in this. Let us check the RSI first. So RSI is downtrending. So RSI is downtrending. It means that it is currently in a downward direction. So RSI last time took a support at this level of 45. We may expect again to it hit back to this level of 45. Let's see what RSI says. This line. So RSI can hit again this level of 44 before it bounces back. Similarly, this stock can go down again to the same level of support. I think 116 will be a good entry point for this stock. If you're holding it, you can hold it because it will bounce back from this level of 116. And at that time, currently you cannot have an entry at these levels because all of the indicators are saying, giving a no signal. And this one, this blue line has to cross up, and by the time it reaches this 116 in next couple of days, this you will see this blue line crossing the MACD line, and that will be a good entry point. And the volumes, if you see, the volumes are considerably low, and last session the volumes are higher, maybe because the people has off-sold, or the price has significantly falling down. That's why the investors have taken up this stock. But we may expect a further downside on this stock up to the level of 116, and from after it reaches 116, then wait for one candle to be formed above 116, and then you can actually start taking your position in this stock. If you see the previous history, when it went above 127, it hit 127, stayed there for a few days, and came back again to a level of 116, then moved up again, and this time it made a wick of 125. It didn't touch 127 though, but it was very near to its resistance, and then it started falling down again. So it started falling down again. It may come to 116, or if it honors this path which it made last time, not this one. I think, yeah, 116 will be the best bet for this stock. I hope that answers you.
Can we also have a look on Cineplex or something which there are like more variations as compared to Canadian Tire stock?
Okay, Cineplex CCGC, I think. No, CGX.
Yeah, CGX.
Okay, CGX. CGX seems to be attractive these days. It was trading at 13 or some to 11 for some time, and 13 for most of the time, and then it has fallen down. So let me draw the resistance level here, support and resistance. So currently it is at its support level. Seems to be a quite strong support at the level of 10.65, and it hit here, they went up again, and then back again to 10.6 level. And then next, it's better to draw one more here, which was a support very long time back when we had the corona thing.
Yeah, March 18.
Yeah, exactly. So it is back again to that level, and the resistance which it will face is this level. So this it seems to be attractive these days because it has touched its resistance, and now it is taking support. So as soon as it forms a little candle above, you can take a position in this stock.
So once
Yeah.
once a stock touches its support, like
Mhm.
there are chances that it's gonna go up.
Uh, when it uh, when it touches support, there are chances that it can go up, but it may go down as well if it breaks the support.
Okay. So can you tell me
Mhm.
the red line? So I can see the support one is at 10.65.
Yeah,
The what's the red one? The red line.
16.63. It is 16.63 upside. This
What
red
do we
line
call
is,
that thing?
sorry.
So the 10.65 is the support line, right?
Yes, yes.
So the red one is, what do we call that thing? Because I joined the session.
Resistance. Okay, the red line is
Resistance.
called a resistance line. So the higher side, upside is at 16.63, and the downside is 10.65. So at support level, there are two chances: either it can go up or either it can go down. So let's assume if it goes down, for example. First, the chances of going down are less because it has always been taking a support at this level. So even if it goes down, it will go down till a level of 7. So downside will be hardly you can say like $3.5, but the upside here is like $6.5. So it is a win-win situation. The risk to reward ratio is very attractive in this stock. So you can take a position on Monday. If it see how it behaves. If the market is dull on Monday, you may see this stock again moving at this 10.65 or 10.4 or something like that, but it can retrace back again to its previous level. And see, it has a gap here, which is good, 13.8, and then a gap of 11. So there's a $2 gap here. So it will very likely in the short run, it will cover this back. And actually it has a small resistance here as well, but it can break this resistance if we have a good news here. So it will face a strong, a small resistance at this point level, and the ultimate resistance where it was previously. So with the impression of like uh, opening of the markets, opening of the lockdown, and 1st July, I think some few more things will open, and we can see like dinings have started to
Because
open in
recently,
and
sorry
entertainment.
to
Yeah.
interrupt you. Recently, what happened is the like Cineplex was the like Cine World is a company. I think it's from Australia,
Hmm.
and they were planning to buy this company. And recently, they withdrew their agreement, and that's
Hmm.
why it was hitting like this bottom.
So I
And
think that's a good thing for from the buying point of view. It
yes,
has it has so maybe at this was the time when there was a news, and it fell down at this level, and you got this $2 gap down. So based on the news, so the guys who are selling this under pressure, on the other side, you can buy it. And with the positive news coming in the market, it will give it more potential to go up. See this RSI. RSI has a potential still, unlike the other stocks which are already overheated. RSI is trading at 65,000 level, or even around 70,000 level. So as compared to those stocks, this is comparatively better at these prices. And MACD has also, the momentum is getting stronger. So the day we will get a one positive candle, one green candle, it will start turning up. So the idea is you need to wait a little till it takes a support and forms one candle above. Here it formed one candle above, but this candle was a red one. So as soon as it forms one green candle above this support line, then we can say, yeah, this has actually honored this support level, and it has started moving up. So at that point, you can take entry. At this point, it will be little risky because there's a chance that it can cross this and go further down. So let's wait. If you are taking more risk, more return. So if you're taking more risk, then you can enter from this point, but don't invest. You don't buy 100% of your budgeted quantity at this level. You can buy in small dips. Maybe like you can buy 25% of your budgeted quantity, 20%, depending upon your risk level at this price level, and then you move with the fluctuation in the price level. So ultimately, it's not going anywhere below 7. This is a strong resistance, because during the corona was the worst news of the decades, you can say. So at that level also it stood at 7. So this news of withdrawing an agreement has already uh, taken has been already taken care of. The price has already taken the impact of this, and the impact of this stays at 10.5.
the news broke, I guess, last Friday. So it's been 1 week.
Yeah,
So
this is
since
the week.
then,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the week.
there is one more stock called
Mhm.
Vermilion,
Yeah,
like
VET.
I guess it's
VET.
VER. Yeah,
VET.
VET. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vermilion.
So this talk is clear. We can, guys, we are moving on to the next talk. Anyone has got a question on this talk?
Hi Tahir,
Hmm.
this is Aditya again. So in
Yeah.
this particular scenario, as per what you mentioned, so
Hmm.
do we wait for it to make a move on Monday, Tuesday before we buy, or is it a good price to buy at the moment based on the
As I
explanation
just
that you gave that it's
mentioned, it the best practice is wait for the stock to make one green candle above to confirm that it has changed its trend, and then you enter in the stock. Previously, till the last week, it was in the downtrend. In the recent week, which has been passed, it was on the sideways, no trend. And
okay?
then when it starts moving up, that is called as an uptrend, and then you can enter when it is in the uptrend, because at this point it will be a little risky to enter at this. Maybe it can start going down again at this level, but the chances of going down is little low, because it has already taken the impact of the news, unless there is another bad news which can make it go down from 10 to 7, and which is unlikely. So it is little risky, but if you want to take the risk, you can go ahead. But at that level, don't invest 100%, don't buy 100% of your budgeted quantity at this price level. Break it into like 25% or something. That can be best bet.
Thanks for the explanation. Thank you.
Okay. Fine. So VET, we'll go to VET. 1 million energy stock. Energy stock. Let's draw the support and the resistance first, and then we'll draw some trend lines here. So this is the resistance level, and then this make the second resistance. You can say probably at this level. Yeah, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was asking, like, when we draw the resistance line,
Mm-hmm.
what are the key points we look into, like the dip, or when it comes up, or what in specific?
So when we draw the resistance and support lines, we see this line should touch at least two candles, opening or the closing ones.
Okay.
The main idea is you need to identify a point from where there was a shift in the trend. If you
Okay.
can get that point, that will be considered as a strong level. Here this is a shift in the trend, and actually it should hit at least two candles. So firstly I was trying to take this point as a resistance level because this is a shift in the trend. After this the trend shifted, so this is my resistance level, but I cannot find another candle to match with. At least two should match. If I put a line here, the other candle, there is no other candle unless I go previous, so back and find something. I can't find it. So I didn't choose this level as a resistance level. The below one can be taken as a resistance level. Okay, and from the wick, if you're considering wick, then you consider wick for all the candles. If you're considering the opening and closing price, be consistent and consider opening and closing. I cannot do like I touch the body here and I touch the wick in this candle, so it will not work. So you have to be consistent. Either you are touching the wicks or either you are touching the body. So it's better to stick with the body. That's the best practice.
Okay.
So two
So
candles a minimum.
this is my first day. This is my first day in the
No,
session, so that's why
no,
I'm asking silly questions.
no problem. You can ask any questions you want. Okay. Um, this is the support level, resistance level, and then we can find a resistance level, support level below. This is the support level 6.81, and the other one support 2. Support 2 is below this level, and then this is the support 3. Okay, so support 3 is normally is not as important as support 1 and support 2. So currently the stock is at the support level. It has fallen down, and you can see it has gone down from here. And then let's draw a trend line here, which might be interesting to see. So it is moving in this direction, in this trend. So this is the trend line for this stock. It came, let me make a channel for this to have a better visualization of the stock movement. So the stock seems to be trading in this channel from here. Okay, it moves in this channel. You can see just moving in. It make a false breakout. It went up and then it came back again in this channel. So currently it is in this back to this channel again and is trying to seek a support. This is a support level of 6.81, which is currently it is standing at. So this support level is honored by this support line and also the trend line which we just draw. And from here there is a chance that it can go back again to this level of 8.64, where it will find its to be trading in the find the first resistance to honor this trading channel. So we can say that yeah, this stock is currently in its support range, and trend is like neutral, almost neutral to bearish. It has gone down. Trend is actually a neutral, and let's see if it takes a support at this level again. So Monday market, as I mentioned, for the energy stock is very, very important. So if you see the Monday, the crude is going down, so then you will see this RSI going down again further below, and then this support will be broken, and you will see entering a new support level of 5.9. Whenever the stock breaks the support level, it starts going below at a faster pace, because the previously support was protecting it. Now there is no protection, and it will start going down at a much faster pace as it was going down before. So the rate of acceleration increases whenever there is a break in the support level. So if keep an eye on the crude Monday market. If it is positive, all the energy stocks, you will see they will either sustain or they will move upward. If it is going down, then there's no question of sustainability. All energy stocks will go down. If you have noticed on the Friday closing session in the last 1 hour, most of the energy stocks have gone down in the last 1 hour session or last 30-minute session, most importantly, because everyone was trying to offload the stock or doing a short sell because expecting that it will go down. So in Vermilion is also one of those stocks where you can see this, the direct impact of the crude on this stock. And from the RSI point of view, downward trend momentum is getting weaker. It's actually not a right time to buy energy stock, including that. Yeah, hope that clarifies your stock. Any question on this stock, guys?
I'm good, thank you, Tahar.
Okay, great. So next stock, guys.
How about talking about any information technology stock, like the companies like Microsoft or Tesla?
Microsoft. Okay, guys. Yes, we can. Guys, you people seem to be tired today. What happened? The week was not good.
I don't know. Mine was okay.
I think the other guys are like a little bit sleepy. Maybe the market didn't behave well with them.
Maybe this is my first session, so I'm asking questions.
Yeah, it's good. You can ask as many questions as you want.
Yeah, it looks like my office meeting, Zoom. So talk more or else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So Microsoft, guys, how many of you are dealing in Microsoft?
Like I don't even have a single stock in it because right now I think IT is not
Planning.
a place to put your foot on.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
it can.
How
Yeah,
about the other guys? Where the guys? Saurabh, Sisan, Zuhair? What happened?
Can you
Hey,
ping
Tahir.
them somehow? Yeah,
Yeah.
Saurav just spoke.
Yes, Saurabh.
Hey, yeah,
Welcome.
I was just,
Mm-hmm.
trying to just ping my list of stocks that if you get time, then we can go through more. Mostly they were in IT.
Yeah, sure. We can just pull out some of the stocks so that we can start discussing those. Sisan, Zuhair. Who is ZU? And I thought it's Zuhair, but I think Zuhair is different. ZU, I don't know who this guy. This is let me unmute all and see what happens. So it's mute from their side only now. Okay, let's see. So we are discussing Microsoft. Guys, please participate. And if you have some news or something to share, something you want to be discussed upon, please feel free to do so. Okay. So let's talk about this stock, Microsoft. Microsoft, like all others, technology stocks are in like upward direction. So this one, if I clone it and make a channel to see, so it seems to be moving in this channel, and currently it's in upward direction, and it can move further up to a level of 206, and most importantly it has crossed its previous highs, which were before corona. It took a dip, and it's more than like 100% recovery. The market has traced more than 100%. So if we apply a Fib ratio here, you will see the Fib ratio will say like it is coming more than 100%. So it is like around 120% retracement as at this level of Microsoft. Let me apply it quickly, and you will see the retracement once more. So downside, change it, and 1.68, the other two levels, I don't need it. See, the market has retraced more than 100%. It's above the 100% level. Seems to be like under end, 10% or something. 110% of the original move has been retraced as per the Fib retracement. So it is in upward direction. If you want to take an entry, you can, but it seems to be very expensive stock, 195. Beginners are not expected to, pull their legs into such expensive ones. So let's see how it behaves in the future market in the future. But the RSI has actually started going down. So RSI is not giving a buy signal. MACD has also tilted down, not a buy signal from the MACD as well, because it has gone neutral. So if you see on Monday it's going down, so don't enter it. So it might fall down again to this level of 188. Okay, so not a good time, I think, to enter, because based on these two ratios, based on MACD and based on the RSI, they are not depicting correct time to enter. You need to wait a little more, maybe find a support below at some level, maybe at the level 187, and then you can start planning your entry. But overall, this all stocks, they will not give you very super abnormal gains, but still they are good ones to have. They are blue chip companies, so you can enjoy the returns over a longer period of time. Yeah, I hope this gives you a good
Yeah.
understanding of Microsoft, and
Yeah.
all other technologies related stocks are behaving in the same pattern.
All right. Makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, Saurabh, you found something from your list, or still?
Yeah, I already messaged. So,
It's in the chat. Group chat.
yeah, I
Okay,
messaged in the
normally
chat.
I'm not viewing the chat. Where is the chat? Okay, just tell me what you typed there.
It's
Okay.
FB and
Yep.
OKTA and team and CRM.
One
Like
by
you
one.
can
One
start
by
from
one.
FB.
First
Facebook.
one. Tell in the first one. FB?
Facebook.
Facebook. Yep.
FB.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, sort of. Facebook. It is currently at its resistance. It is facing a strong resistance at this level. There was some news in the market from the Facebook previously, I heard. I don't remember.
Yeah, they launched mobile payments in Brazil.
Yeah, something like that. And WhatsApp also launched something similar to that.
Yeah, on WhatsApp only. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, WhatsApp payment.
WhatsApp also launched this thing. Okay, guys, this is at a support level, and let me draw our channel here. Where is my... Where it went? Sorry, parallel channel. So it is in trading in this channel. I will hope you can see the screen, guys. So I will enlarge this. So currently it is in a sideways channel. It made a high at this level of 240, went down again, and then it's trading in this channel. So there is a likely chance that it can bounce back again to this level, again to the level of 223. So as soon as it enters again this level 223, you can build your positions, but not at this current level. Okay, so let's see, this RSI is in upward direction. So RSI will again come back at this level and try to take a support at the previous levels. See here. So it took a support previously, and then again it can take a support at the same levels. Okay, it will take a support again and then start going back again its original direction. And when it does so, at that point you will see a MACD giving a good buying signal, and RSI will again turn back. So right now just wait and watch. It can be a good stock to be in the watch list, but it will start falling down again here. And as soon as it reaches this support level, you can build your long position again in FV. Okay, guys, the next one.
I'm already on it, like at
Mhm.
226. So maybe it's time to sell it off.
Yes, if you are holding this, sell it. realize the profit. So don't wait for it, because if you wait for one more dollar and you will lose the money. So whatever you have in your pocket, just realize it and save it. So not a good idea to wait further. You see in the Monday market how it starts behaving, and try to find a good time on Monday and sell it before it gives you a black a red closing on Monday.
Yep.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, the next one.
Can you look at Shopify?
Shopify, yeah, sure. We can look at the shop. Shopify, Toronto one.
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, Toronto one. It is also at the resistance level of 1204. This is the resistance, and let me draw the support line as well. This seems to be a support for this. Okay, so don't invest in this stock until it comes back again to the same level and form the same pattern. From here, if we start from here, it started going up to 1208, fell down to 962 level, made another flight again to the same level of 1208, which and currently it is at the same level. And there is a highly likely chance that it will fall back again, and you will find this stock trading at 962 level or 960 something. So you can, or a small resistance at this level also under 1052, because it stayed for some time here at this level, but it broke this level as well. So it's important to draw this resistance at this support level as well. So it can seek a support at 1036, 1050. So at this point, it might stay for a little while, and after that, you can see if it start going up, then you can say that yeah, it has actually honored its support and has turned its direction upwards. So let's talk about the RSI. RSI is like now in the overbought area. Not a good time to invest. Better to hold it, or if anyone who do short selling can do, but not recommended for the beginners. And RSI, and the MACD in upward direction. And it shows a past trend data. It's lagging indicator, so it is showing you the trend till the last day. I think the most recent price fluctuation has not been built in yet in this indicator. If you wait for one more day, you will find this, it is a start plunging down. But sometime it happens that it will go up, it will cross this resistance level, but it can be considered as a false breakout, and you will see ultimately it will fall back again to this range, because the RSI is overheated and it is in overbought condition. Yep.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah. Yes, guys. The next one. The next stock, guys.
So how about XRO?
XRO. Which one? XRO. CSE. Can you tell me the ticker again? Ticker again, please. Or I mean, while anyone else can say its stock, and I can get back to this XRO.
Yes, yes. I will give you the article name later. So yeah, you
Yeah.
can
Okay.
switch to the another one.
Okay. Fine.
So
Yes,
maybe
guys.
Tahir, I had pinged 3 more, so we can go one more.
Yeah. Tell me.
So that was Okta.
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 Okta. Okta stock is here. Nasdaq Okta. Okay. Okta, almost a similar move like the previous one, not exactly the same, but though. So okay. So this one seems to be a trend line for this stock. Stock seems to be moving in this direction, and it has got still some upside, and this upside can take this stock to a further up level of 204. So there is a space here for this stock to move upward, and then it will ultimately face the resistance at the level of 204, and the support level is this downside which is at this level 178. The 178 will be considered as the strong support, and 204 is the resistance level. Currently, it has got a little bit space, not much, like around $6. It can go up, and if you see the RSI is in an upward trending direction. But one more important thing here is see the trend line of RSI. RSI can change its shape if it follows this one, because it is depicting one trend. It touched here, fall down, touched here, and may fall down. And also the space is like $6 up, and downside is at least like minimum, if it takes support at 187 level, which can also be a support level, can be considered as S1. So S1 186. The downside is more and the upside is less. So based on the risk and reward ratio, currently it is not recommended to enter in this stock, but you can watch it and see if it is taking a support at the 187 level, then it will have, it will have some gap. It will have some space for this stock to go up. Yeah, that's what doctor is. Yes, guys, the next one.
Thanks, Sai.
Welcome.
Let's go to the XRO.
XRO.
Yeah, and it's a second one.
CSE.
Yeah.
Which is the stock saying CSE?
TSX.
CSE composite.
Yeah, it's a TSX.
Okay. Okay, 0.86. Let's talk about the volumes. Volumes are very low, guys. If in the stock volumes are very low, just try to avoid it. I don't know why it came high at this time and then again back to its normal volumes and below its average. The average will fall down again to the previous level, so it will be trading at its average volumes again. But sometimes these penny stocks, these small stocks, give a very high jump, very good jump. Like you see, it gave it here, maybe like more than 100% gain sometimes. Okay, so it's good to have some abnormal gain sometimes. So this stock is currently, you can see it can fall back again if it goes down to the level of 0.6, where it will see its support, and the resistance level, this will be the ultimate resistance level, but it has not been tested multiple times because the stock, I think, never went up to this level. It is not a very strong resistance. Let's see if see here it finds here. I think we can find one more resistance here, but in this stock, to be honest, the trend is not like it trades at these levels. So support and resistance will be little weaker. Although the support is strong, but the resistance will be weaker because it doesn't have a history of moving up at these levels. But support is, support is stronger, and we can have a multiple levels of support. So currently, you can see it can move little up 0.89, or it can stay at these levels. So during the last week session, it is moving in a particular channel, the same sideways channel. If we take this one and connect it, so it has actually moved sideways in the last week, and the week before it gave a high jump. Seems like it is consolidating at this level. See the past trend. When it goes up, down, and then consolidates for a period, then goes up, consolidates. After every move, it starts consolidating. So it has already taken a move. Now now it seems that it is consolidating at this level before it will, makes its next move. So you will see this stock trading almost in the same levels for some time, and then it will give a breakout either in upward direction or in downward direction. Whenever it gives a breakout, after the breakout, then it can be a good re-entry point or good entry point after it has given a breakout. If it is given an upward breakout, you can enter again, or if it is a downward breakout, then wait for this stock to find another support level. And RSI is neutral because since it is consolidating, and the MACD, what happened to the MACD? There is some glitch here. We cannot see the MACD line. Okay, there is no MACD line formed here. although even if if it is a straight line, there can be a two. There's some problem in this stock with the MACD. So let's forget about the MACD. Look at the volumes. Volumes are considerably low because after the spike, the volumes are returning back to its normal levels. RSI is neutral these days, and stock is consolidating. And this is not the right time to enter this stock. Wait for the stock to give either upward breakdown or downward or the downward one.
I got it. So
Mhm,
draw like a the second resistance line.
mhm,
So I
mhm,
think that's a kind of a
mhm.
support line, not the resistance. The second
This
one,
one,
this no, the second one, the second red.
this one.
Yeah.
No, this is not the support. This is resistance because this is above the current price level. The price is currently standing at 0.86. So resistance is always above
Oh
0.88.
yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, yeah, guys. Next talk, please. I think
Thank
today we
you.
have discussed multiple stocks, unlike before. Previously we were discussing like maximum 5, 6 stocks. Today we are running fast. That's fine.
Yeah. So one more
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
question. Actually, I am asking this question
Mm-hmm,
for one of my friend, the XRO, and
mm-hmm.
he bought like a almost spent like a 40,000 in a XRO when it was like a 1.25
Forty
or
thousand
something.
dollars.
$40,000 Canadian
Oh
dollars,
my God! In one single
and
stock.
one
Wow.
single stock. So I really don't know what should I suggest to him, but I think so. Yeah, maybe it's time to sell that stock.
So at what price he bought it?
Actually, the highest one, 1.25, so 1.14 actually.
1.14.
Yeah.
So tell him take deep breath, have a glass of water always, and hold it. 1.15, you can't bear this loss. You bear this loss like 1.15, 40% will be lost.
Yes.
$10,000 almost gone,
Yeah.
more than 10.
Mm.
So ask him to hold it, and let's see after consolidation how it moves. So
Okay.
never
So what
invest.
should be the
Yeah.
stop loss for this one?
Stop loss is already passed. This should have been a stop loss at this current level, because if you talk about a stop loss, you should have sold it because normally in normal situation we say the stop loss is below the support level.
Yeah.
Okay, so if when the stock was trading at this level, let's say we are at this candle, so this was the support previously. Okay, let me
Mm.
hide this. See, we are at this level, for example. Okay,
Mm.
so this was a previous support, this red line on this date. So the stop loss should have been below this theoretically. But whenever you have these kind of spikes and highs and lows, there is a huge difference. So you go by your strategy. Like if you lose 5% of your investment in any trade, you sell it. So
Yeah,
you
makes
go by
sense.
this strategy. If you go theoretically, the stop loss should have been at a point where the stock is currently at 0.86. But you have bought at 1.14 and then 0.86. What kind of stop loss it is? It is not stopping the loss. It is already giving you a very huge loss. So in this kind of situation, when there was huge spikes and it's just going down, and you are in the trade on that day, and you have already lost your 5%, you set your strategy, say it 5% or 7% or 10%, depending upon your risk appetite. So if you
Mm.
say if you lose your 5% of your investment in any trade, you will exit it and come out. That
Yeah,
should be a
makes
strategy.
sense. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay,
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks.
welcome. So ask him to hold it. Now it's just consolidating. Let's see, because it has fallen down here, then here price downside price rejection, then an upside. Let me visualize it more again. Okay, then an upside here, but there's the upside price rejection here. Okay, after the upside it has given a downside. I'm just trying to see what can be a best answer for your friend. See here, downside price rejection, then
Yeah.
it gave you a gap up opening. After the gap up opening, people were confident that it will make another high like previous,
Mm.
so it went up again, but the price didn't sustain, fall back. So then again the next day, people said, okay, it is not performing anyway. Then it gave a gap down opening, but there was a positive big green candle formed here, and then next day gap up opening again, gap down. After gap down, the same opening, same level, and the gap up. So if we visualize very very closely, 0.85 level, if you can see this, these ones minute one, 0.85, and this one, these two lines seem to be very crucial for this stock. Very thin lines, 0.86, these dotted lines and the blue one. So it is, moving in very closely in this level. So it yesterday it had a gap up opening. So see any news about this stock or any positive outcome about the index itself. If there is some positive index, you will see it can move up. So a better idea is hold. And if
Okay.
you see that it is going below this point, then it is alarming. Below 0.83, below this channel, then it is alarming. So
So
hopefully it will not go back again, because whatever moved it had made up, it retraced, and then it is now consolidating. Already it has taken a loss, whatever the loss was expected. So
yes, it is already taken. I
it is already
understand. So,
taken.
but what should be the next stop loss after this?
Next stop loss, right now there shouldn't be any stop loss. The loss has already occurred. Now you cannot stop it. The loss has already occurred. So a
Okay.
stop loss would have been at this point 1.14 minus 5%.
Yeah.
That should have been. Now the stop has already occurred. Okay, guys, then move on
Yeah.
to the next.
So for best suggestion for him would be to hold.
Yeah, hold,
Yeah.
Okay.
because you have already taken the loss. Now, if you sell it at this level, you are losing the money. Wait
Yeah,
it.
around $12,000. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now wait.
Mm.
So Tahir, I have a
Yeah.
naive question. Like,
Hmm.
what is the stop loss?
Stop loss is the limit or a price level. You say that if you build in your strategy, like you say that if the price falls below this level, I will sell my stock. For example, if you bought a stock at $10 and you set a stop loss based on your let's say 5% strategy. If it goes below 5%, or let's say 10%, so your strategy is 10%, so it falls below 9, you will immediately sell it. This is in light of this XRO technologies, but normally stop loss is set right below the support level. For example, here this is a support line. So stop loss theoretically will be, or practically too, will be below this support level, which will be
Can
0.77. So it helps you to prevent from the further losses. You come
can
out
we
of the
discuss
trade.
Cineplex in terms of stop loss? Because
Mm,
Cineplex is like has already reached the stop. Sorry, the
mhm,
support line.
mhm.
So if
Okay.
we talk about its stop loss, what is the price at which we are supposed to sell Cineplex?
Okay, for the Cineplex. Okay, let's get back to Cineplex again. So the stop loss for the Cineplex should be at, currently is 10.65. Okay, so this should be somewhere around below 10. If it goes below 10, you need to sell it. Anyway,
Okay.
you can say like 10. If it goes like 9.9, 9.95,
Okay.
this should be your stop loss, 9.95
Okay.
level.
So what I do is
Mm,
whenever I buy some stock, I like
mhm,
buy for like you can say for lifetime. I just buy it and keep it forever.
mhm,
That's what I do. I don't do like day trading because it consumes too much time
mhm.
and too much concentration as well. And I'm not well educated in stocks like you guys. So like that's why I was asking to
Okay.
like what should we do with the Cineplex, because I was planning to buy Cineplex because it is one of the like one of the only and the biggest entertainment industry who has cinemas all around Canada, and they were having a good deal with Cineworld from Australia, I guess. So I was
Yeah.
planning to buy it. Then COVID happened.
Okay. So
So
you bought at the highest levels, maybe.
no, no,
Like
no,
at
no, no. I bought Cineplex for I guess how much was it? 12 point something.
12 point something, you're safe. It's a good
Yeah,
price at
yeah,
12 point something. And the
yeah.
one of the most important thing is, like, you need to identify yourself as a trader or the investor. So as per your trading pattern, you don't seem to be a trader. You seem to be an investor. You invest in the stock and then you sleep on it. So you
So
keep
I'm
it,
I'm looking
you
for
hold it.
a good. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're holding this stock, so you don't need to worry about these weekly fluctuations and a daily, not at all. So even the weekly fluctuations will not, impact your decision making, because you are holding it for a longer run. Like say after
Yeah,
6 months or
I
8 months,
think
when everything is open, the stock will be performing again and back to the same level of 30. So you're
yeah,
good in
but
it.
I don't want them to go bankrupt.
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
my concern is.
It's not.
Yeah, because
It's not. It's not at those levels. Even the stocks who that are trading like below $1, these are like they have got some potential. They are not going bankrupt, and this is one of the biggest entertainment industry. Unless you see that there is very strong bad news coming in, which we don't see in the stock because the
okay.
economy is about to open now.
So Cineplex maybe have
Oh,
some good future
yes,
further because they were at 33. So
yes,
what
it
I
it, it has
recall,
upside potential.
yeah.
Giving
And
that
there's
you are an
one
investor,
more
so you don't
stock.
need to worry.
Yeah, there is one more stock
Yeah.
called Ryokan.
Ryogan. Okay, guys, we'll take two more stocks because we have already like 2 hours time frame.
Oh,
So this Rio stock and then one more. So, yeah,
okay. Thanks.
no
So
problem.
another maybe Boeing.
Okay. Uh, what is the ticker for this Rio stock?
RIO and then .cn, I guess. Ryokan. Let me see what is its sign.
Okay. Next one, I will go back to Rio. Yeah, someone was saying some stock.
Yeah, Boeing.
Boeing.
BA.
Boeing stock. Where's Boeing? Boeing
Yeah,
company,
the
New
second
York.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boeing stock. Okay. Let's see about the Boeing. It fell down here. Then let's draw a trend line. Clone this here and you will see this stock in this channel. So this stock seems to be in this trading channel, this trading pattern, and currently it has some upside here. If you draw a horizontal support line is also important in here. This one and this should be the horizontal support line. This horizontal support line and this vertical diagonal trend line, we already got it. Okay, let me increase this to explain you. Okay, this stock is trading in this channel. Okay, is exact position almost and almost near to its support. The support is at 180. Currently it is at 187. Support is 180 and the upside is 234. So it has got an upside potential. So you need to see that it has gone down in these last 3-4 days and it's just actually taking a support at this level of 187. So the strategy should be just wait for a day. If it moves, makes a green candle above and it starts going above again, so we can say the stock is in upward direction, and then you can have your target profit at the levels of 230, around 230. So since it is currently in a downward trend, or for you can say on the daily basis for last 3 sessions it has consolidated a little bit, has moved sideways. Okay, so you need to wait for 1 day confirmation to to confirm the upward trend or to allow the stock to change its direction of the trend, and after that you can enter and sell it at the levels of 233. Let's talk about the volumes. Volumes are previously above the average. Now they are like almost the average. So as soon as it forms a green candle, you will see again the volumes going up. RSI is like neutral to bearish, and MACD has crossed downward. So as per MACD, the momentum is weaker at this point level. So you need to wait a little bit, observe the movement. As soon as you see this some green candles forming up, the RSI will also move up, and the MACD will also give you a buying signal. Okay, is it fine for buying?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah, you got the stock.
Yep, it was REI
Yeah,
dot UN.
no.
Yeah,
I
this
think
was
it's REI-UN might be.
Oh,
or
sorry.
I think underscore UN.
Like space. Yeah,
This
instead
one?
of underscore. Yeah,
This
yeah.
one, Ryokan?
Yeah, this one, correct.
Okay, Ryokan. So Ryokan, what the Ryokan is saying, like this is resistance at this level, and then a support at this level. So it can come back till 14, and upside is 17. Currently is 15. The downside is $1, 1.5, and the upside you got like almost $2. So risk to reward ratio is fine. So you can see if the stock is trading, a small kind of support at this level, but it cannot be, it is like a weaker. So wait for it till go. If you want a fresh entry, wait for it till it reaches this support level, and then you can sell it at the highest level around 17.8 or 17.9. So currently fresh entry is not recommended if you are holding it. So you can and if you are in profits, so it's recommended to sell it because it is going downwards. And if you are in losses, then you must not sell it and wait for the stock to change its direction, then goes back again to the level of 17.9. This should be the strategy in this stock.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can see this RSI is in downward direction. So in the RSI is in downward direction, so you can see that it can go further down till support level. If you have made some profits, or even if you are at the break even level, exit from this stock and buy back again when it is at its support level and has started changing its trend. Okay.
Okay, because this is one of the real estate people. They
Yeah.
they do real estate business, and then so that's what I was asking. Like they're going to open the lockdown, and people gonna go to work, and once they
Hmm.
start earning, and they're gonna give money or rent to Ryokan. That's how
Yeah.
they do the, yeah, they do
Correct.
monthly dividends to the
Hmm.
investors. Yeah, so at the month end when it's their date of the ex dividend date, and its stock goes up, and then it
See here.
comes down.
See here at 8. From here it started going up at the start of the month, as you said, started going up for a week, and then it's currently in downward direction.
Yeah.
So by the time the month end will come, like in next 10 more sessions to go, so it would have reached it here and then start plugging again. So it has going in the same direction.
So it can go down further.
It can go down further for sure. It has a trend. If you see it is currently in a downward direction. If you see it from
Yeah,
here, see it's currently in the downward trend.
right.
From here, it's currently in this downward trend. So you will see this stock coming back to this level again. Okay, so I hope that's fine with this stock. And today, I guess we have discussed multiple of these stocks, and hope you would have enjoyed it.